here on Not So Perfect Parenting. And we have been talking about relationships. We've been talking about a lot of stuff. We've been talking about kid crime, or not kid crimes. We've been talking about crimes from parents. We've been keeping up with that story about Oninda Romulus, I believe that's her name, the mom that shot her four children, and her oldest child, I believe they said might be 17, is missing. Have not seen an update on that just yet, but we do know that they did get a warrant into her house and they found some other stuff, y'all. She in there allegedly. She got some Allegedly she got some social security cards and some credit cards and some fake IDs. Wonder what she in there doing. So anyway, that's gonna come out. Lord, on top of her unaliving two of her kids and injuring the other two. So hopefully I'll have an update on that. And then we talked about yesterday about the woman who was punching this little boy, 7-year old, in the face at Kroger. People just doing everything. But I'm on here because I am spitting mad, okay? Spitting mad. Because it don't make no sense that you have to fight and debate about crimes when it comes to people inappropriately touching children. Now, that's one thing that I just don't understand. I don't get. I don't like. For a grown adult, that's what we're talking about. Grown adults who know better will inappropriately have relationships and touching on children. Children, I am saying under 18, but there are some what do you call it? I'll say stipulations, or there are certain caveats to that. And today we're going to talk about it because y'all know my algorithm has been going crazy because I've been watching all these law and crimes and all these things. And of course, another law and crime comes across my timeline. And I don't mind arguing with somebody when I know that I'm right. So I'm gonna tell y'all about this story, okay? And this should not be. I travel internationally, and I don't know if they do this kind of stuff, but I know here in America, our minds have become trash. Okay. Hey, hello, how are you doing? So let me tell y'all about this story from Law and Crime. Y'all tell me if I'm the one that's wrong because I want to smack a couple of people and I'm just going to be honest because this don't make no sense. We should never have to debate if a kid being inappropriately touched is a thing or not. But I'm going to tell y'all a story and you tell me because there were so many different men especially that was on there like this is right. I wish a woman would have been this hot. So anyway, let me tell you the story. Let me get into it. So watching Law and Crime, you guys can go and look it up. There is a new story again. Of course, there are several stories about women who are inappropriately touching these kids at school. So in this story, this woman is in a very small town in Alabama. I want y'all to look it up so you can get all the particulars and everything for it. She is a small town girl. This is actually, I believe, her hometown. She got married. She went to college. She got married to her college sweetheart. He actually um, moved with her to the small town. They are very proud of her because she became a cheerleading coach and probably did some other things. And, she's the cool person in town. The woman is very attractive. She's a very nice looking woman. I want to say she's in between the age of maybe mid 20s and maybe mid 30s. I don't think she's that old, but it doesn't matter. The woman, she an adult. So anyway, she marries her high school, or not high school, college sweetheart. They have two small children. I don't know the ages, but I want to say that they're probably under the age of 7. From the looks of it, probably under the age of 5, but we'll just go with 7. Now, she ends up getting a teaching position or a coaching position or something like. I think she was a cheerleading coach and may have still a teaching position. Either way, she's a cheerleading coach. She works at the school. She has a student. He's a male who is um 18 years old. And this is where it gets a little sticky, and this is where all the arguments kind of came in. The male that she had an inappropriate relationship or inappropriate relations with is 18. Now, still against the law because she is, it's like, if you've ever heard of that saying, I believe it's a quid pro quo, where someone in authority has, if they have authority over you, they shouldn't be doing like inappropriate things, sexually harassing or whatever to get advancement. So it's still kind of like that. Now, the crazy part about this all is, hey, how are you? The crazy part about this all is because this woman is very attractive. She is a young lady, but the thing is, this woman, she's an adult, she's married, she has two young kids. I don't care if the boy is 18 or not, he's still her student. And there are people in the comments who are like cheering her on, and there's people in her community who support her, and they're saying she shouldn't get in trouble. They had a relationship. He's 18 years old, so he's basically legal, but technically he's not, because it's a student teacher relationship. Now, if the tables were turned and she was at a bar or something and she met the little young tenderoni 18, I don't know if he'd be at a bar, but whatever. If she met him out in the community, 18 years old, pretty much, you go on and handle your business. I still don't approve. He 18. You married with two kids. You old. Like, ooh. He just got out of high school or still in high school. But the fact that that was her student makes it the biggest problem. But there were men on those comments, like, and I've had this happen because I've done hey, how you doing, Jet? I had this problem because I've done videos about women inappropriately touching students, and then, oh, thank you so much. Um, Women were inappropriately touching students, and men would get on there because they were nice looking and say, I wish they would have done that to me when I was in school. I had old hags that looked like, I don't know, somebody that's not attractive. So they are egging this on. And I'm trying to figure out, what kind of mindset would you have to be able to egg on an inappropriate relationship? I don't care if this woman was the beauty queen of the earth. If that is a child, that is her student, she should not be having inappropriate relationships with him. Now, this story would have been totally different if she had met someone out in the street and he was 18. The only thing is, they would have shamed her because she was married. But he was 18. He's of appropriate age. This is her student. And this is another thing that ticks me off, because we are sending our kids to school. Now, I have grown kids, but I do have grandkids. We are sending these kids to school believing that they are there to get an education, believing that these teachers aren't going to be inappropriately touching them. And then we have people egging this kind of stuff on. The story that I covered, the little boy had to be, I want to say, like 13, 14, and men were still in the comments like, take his manhood, make him a man. I think this is great. Women should do this more often. What? Women should inappropriately touch children more often because they're attractive? Y'all insane. Everybody need medication at this point. It should not be. We should not, because if this was a man that messed with an 18-year-old student, his butt would be fried. He'd be under the jail. And if this was the other story, if it had been a male teacher inappropriately touching the 13, 14-year-old girl, they would have crucified him under the jail, cut him off, cut everything off of him. They would have beat him up in jail and inappropriately touched him. We should not make this a debate. It's wrong. Wrong is wrong. Inappropriately touching anybody as an adult, and you're an adult and there's a child relationship, is wrong, period. I don't care how attractive you are. I don't care how it looks. I don't care any of that. It's not cool and it's not good. So I just wanted to jump on here. I wanted for us to pray for not only the boy that's involved, the victim, even though he may not think he's a victim. I want to pray for him for his mindset because eventually this might mess with him. I also want to pray for that woman's husband and her 2 kids. This is international now. Like, this is global. They talking about it everywhere. And these kids, even though they blurred their face, they gonna find this on the internet one day. And then just think of what her husband probably like, dang, for real? You cheated on me with an 18-year-old, your student? Like, dang, like what I do? He probably, I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, let's keep them in prayer. And parents, I'm on here to warn you all. Be in your students or your kids business. They don't have no privacy. Check their Snapchats because they be deleting stuff. Check their conversations. A lot of times this type of behavior would get caught faster if y'all just be in y'all kids business. They texting, they sexting, they sending all kinds of stuff, and the parents don't even know, and you paying the phone bill. You paying the phone bill. All right, I'll be on here every single night on a live. I just wanted to jump on here and talk about that. It is Regina Long with Not So Perfect Parents.